guys, I am so committed to giving you the perfect comparison that I put a piece of tape down my neck and I'm applying one formula on one side and one on the other. My skin is gonna look insane the rest of the week, but I think it's worth it, right? Hey everybody, it's Sarah from the Style Blog and welcome to this sunless tanner showdown between the Tropez Express and the Lovingtan 2-Hour Express self tanners. I'm gonna apply one to one side of my body and the other to the other side, my legs, my arms, my chest, everything. Guys, this is gonna get crazy. So let's talk about smell. They both smell very, very strongly like self tanner. They smell different, but not like better than each other, if you know what I mean. The Lovingtan smells like the chemically self tanner with a little bit of sweetness in it, almost like chocolate. Maybe that's just me. And then the Tropez I feel like smells like chemically with a little bit of maybe floral mixed in. So I feel like they try to make them smell good, but self tanners just aren't gonna smell good no matter what we do. Okay, so let's talk price. So both of these actually come in a small size and a large size. I just happen to have the Lovingtan in the small size and the Tropez in the large size, just what they had at the store. So when we compare the small sizes, the Lovingtan you get 4 ounces for $40, which is $10 an ounce. And the Tropez you get 3.3 ounces for $34, which equals about $10.30 an ounce. So for the small sizes, the Tropez is just slightly more expensive, but they're both very, very close. So however, for the big sizes, the Lovingtan for 6.7 ounces is $60, which equals $8.96 an ounce. So the Tropez large size, you get 6.7 ounces for $44, which equals $6.57 an ounce. So if you're buying the smaller size, it's pretty much the same price for each, but if you're buying the larger size, the Tropez is a way better deal per ounce than the Lovingtan. However, I do understand that these are both higher end self tanners, so they're not going to be at a drugstore price, of course. Okay, so I think it's time we start applying these. I'm going to apply the Lovingtan to this side and the Tropez to this side. They'll stay on that side for the entire video. So also I do have a tanning mitt and blending brush for each side. Also, I'm not going to go over every single detail in this video on how I do my self tanner. If you want to see that, I will link it up here and in the description. I have a whole video on how I do my entire self tanning routine. It's a really good video, so check it out. All right, I'm going to scoot you guys down and do my legs first. Okay, I'm starting on the left side, so I'm going to use the Lovingtan. As you can see, this is a nice chocolatey brown. It's a lot darker than the Tropez when you put it on. You can really tell where it's going also, which I like. All right, that leg is finished. Now I'm going to use my blending brush to do my foot. Okay, so the Lovingtan leg is all finished. See, this Tropez formula is a lot lighter and very green looking. I also want to note that I'm doing 2 pumps per portion of my leg, just how I normally would apply it. 2 pumps on the top portion of my leg, 2 pumps on the bottom portion, then half a pump on my foot. I'm putting the exact same amount on each side of my body. Now I'm going to use my blending brush on my foot, just like I did the other side. Alright, my legs are all finished. Obviously, so far the Tropez looks a lot more green and the Lovingtan looks a lot more reddish pink, but we'll see how they develop. So I think I've talked myself in and out of this at least 7 times this morning, but I am going to put this tape on my chest here so that we can see them side by side, and who cares if my skin looks insane the rest of the week, right? Why, Sarah? Why? Okay, here we go. Guys, this is one of the crazier things I've done for a video, but it's gonna be worth it, right? Oh my gosh, okay. Ah! Okay, so first things first, Lovingtan is going on this side. So here we go, guys. Still have time to chicken out. So again, super dark chocolatey formula. You can see it going on really well. It does look a little bit streakier to me than the Tropez, but it might dry down and wash off a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to apply it to the brush so I can put it on my hands. Alright, my hand is finished. Now it's time to do this nonsense. Come on, Sarah. Okay, here we go. Do I really want to do this tape thing? Ah! I'm not committed yet. Ah! My tape's coming off. It's not a perfect system, guys. I'm going to do my best. Okay, sorry, I had to run to the mirror because normally I just make do with the viewfinder, but this is actually important to get right. So I applied 2 pumps on my chest just like I am going to on the other side. Again, the formula looks so green and light compared to that Lovingtan. Okay, now I'm applying this to the brush so I can blend out my hands. Okay, my arms are finished. Now it's just time to do my chest here. My tape keeps coming off. Uh-oh. Okay, moment of truth. It's time to pull the tape off. Ah! Here we go. No turning back, guys. Oh boy. Well, okay. I mean, it is what it is. I'm actually really excited to see them next to my pale skin and then next to each other. I think it's gonna be great. Okay, so since the Loving Tan develops in 2 hours and the Saint-Tropez develops in 3 hours, I'm just gonna come back in 3 hours, say hey, show you guys what it looks like before I shower, then go shower, and then come back and show you what the finished product looks like without all of the, I don't know, the coloring from the self-tanner, and they just look so much better once they're actually washed off. So I will see you in 3 hours. Okay guys, it's been exactly 3 hours. I am back. Check out the progress. And check out this white line. I kind of thought it wouldn't be this dramatic, but here we are. Nothing I can do about it now. So honestly, the Loving Tan side looks darker to me right now than the Saint-Tropez side. It also looks a lot redder and more orange. That might wash off in the shower because it did have a lot of guide color when I put it on. As you can see here, they're both pretty dark. I also do feel like the Loving Tan got a lot splotchier, like here and in my arm here. I put it on really evenly, like as evenly as I possibly could, so I'm hopeful that that will just wash off in the shower and it won't actually be splotchy. All right, here are my legs. Again, Loving Tan over here and Saint-Tropez over here. Again, the Loving Tan looks darker. It looks a little bit more red, but that might just be guide color and it might come off here in a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna go wash off all of this oiliness, stinkiness, guide color, etc. And I will be back with the actual results. Okay, I am all showered and clean. All of the guide color, oiliness, etc. is off of me. I feel so much better and less sticky. So I'm gonna come up closely so you can see these side by side. Okay, so this is the Loving Tan and this is the Saint-Tropez. I'm actually surprised that you can't see more of a line after I washed it off. I must not have applied like a ton to my chest. Okay, so you can still see the line a little bit. So this is the Saint-Tropez and then this is the Loving Tan. I already have a little bit of a tank top tan here, so try to ignore that if you can. Okay, let's head down and check out my leg tan. As you can see, they're both really, really tan. No major streaks. Okay, so I have to say that I think the Loving Tan is darker. It's more of like a brown red color, whereas the Saint-Tropez tan is more of like a green orange color. So I think it definitely depends on your skin tone, but I'm kind of loving this Loving Tan. Loving the loving, of course. However, I do think that the Loving Tan was more difficult to apply and it was a lot streakier when I was putting it on. It was a lot harder to blend in and make it look perfect. And I will say that I'm not super impressed with my wrist area. I worked really hard to blend this out with my brush and my mitt. I don't feel like I could have worked any harder on it. And I don't feel like it's perfect, which kind of drives me crazy. And I do feel like the Saint-Tropez is perfect. So that's something to consider as well. So I do feel like the Loving Tan was a drier mousse and it was harder to blend in and get full coverage without streaks. And I feel like the Saint-Tropez was a much more moist mousse, if you will. And I was able to blend it everywhere perfectly, very easily. So for ease of use, Saint-Tropez definitely wins. For smell, they were both equal. They both kind of don't smell great, but it's fine. Guys, I had to deal with both of these smells combined all day today. So I feel like I should get some points for that. Packaging, I feel like they're kind of the same. I don't love either of them and I don't hate either of them. They're both just fine. So for streaking, I'm definitely gonna say Saint-Tropez wins. It's perfectly even and streak-free everywhere on my body. But the better color I'm going to give to Loving Tan. It's a much darker tan and I feel like the color is a little bit more natural. I feel like the Saint-Tropez looks a little bit orangey green on me, which is not super flattering. It's very, very subtle, so I'm not like totally upset about it, but I do prefer this more brown red tan than the orangey green tan. I do feel like both of these colors look very natural. I feel like it looks like I've just been in the sun. It doesn't look like I've been like piling on self-tanner for days and days, pounds of it at a time. So for the overall winner, I'm actually going to give it to Loving Tan. I can't believe this. I have been such a big fan of Saint-Tropez for years and years and years, but the color of Loving Tan just looks a little bit better on me, a little bit more natural and a little bit darker, which I really love. It is harder to apply and not as forgiving, but if you can sort of deal with those, I feel like Loving Tan is a better product. So I'm definitely keeping this, and I'm going to switch to this for a little while. I'm so excited. Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you a quick update. It's only been a couple days since I applied both of these self-tanners, and I'm actually super disappointed in how the Loving Tan wore. I just have to give you a couple of update pictures. It is fading so unevenly on my ankle and wrist that I'm going to have to change the winner from Loving Tan to Tropez. I should have known better than to name a winner other than my tried and true Tropez for the last several years, but Tropez is definitely the winner, and I am so impressed with it. Even though I don't quite love the color as much as the Loving Tan, it is worth it to buy the Tropez over the Loving Tan just because it goes on so easily and it blends naturally and it doesn't wear off so splotchy. I just couldn't post this video without this update, so thanks for hearing me out. So next up, guys, definitely check out my how to apply self-tanner like a pro video. I'm going to link that right up here for you guys. I tell you how to get the perfect self-tan at home every single time. So check that out. Also, I'm going to link down here my sun protection video. Keep your beautiful skin protected from the sun, prevent wrinkles, prevent skin cancer, all that good stuff. I'm linking that right here. Make sure you definitely hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.